Hello, and welcome to the Biomedical Systems YouTube channel. We are your one source for all clinical trial endpoints, offering the most comprehensive suite of services, including cardiac, imaging, pulmonary, ECOA, and scientific affairs. This video series is designed to better acquaint you with our subject matter experts who will be discussing the latest topics within our industry. Thank you for watching, and be sure to check back with us often.
So Dave, you mentioned the rising trend of wearables in clinical trials, especially with cardiac safety. What do you see to be the barrier to adoption with sponsors and also with patients in this field?
Well, Masood, I think the biggest challenge is that the devices available in the marketplace today don't necessarily have the features and capabilities that one might design for a device used in a clinical trial. For example, with an ECG device designed for a consumer, is the digital sampling rate of that device robust enough for the needs of a clinical trial? And then there are also questions about the software that comes with the device to support the receiving of the data from the device. For example, is it 21 CFR Part 11 compliant? Does it have an audit trail with it? So I think those are some of the challenges that need to be overcome so that wearable devices can be used in a clinical trial and can provide robust data for that study.
And how does the cost play into this? Is that an advantage for sponsors?
Well, one of the things we hear from sponsors very frequently is we'd love to be able to do more with our subjects in the home or in a remote setting so they're not required to perform a site visit in order to collect data. For example, if we could collect vital signs from a patient at home, we could reduce the cost of the trial because there's less cost involved in the patient making a site visit, and there's less cost involved in paying the site to perform those tests. So both of those are strong reasons why there's an economic incentive to use wearable devices.
Makes sense. That's some good information about wearables, Dave. The other aspect of it would be the analysis of this information that is collected. What do you see the rising trend in cardiac safety analysis these days?
Masood, that's a really great question. For years, we've been measuring the same intervals for cardiac safety. Obviously, the QT interval, the PR interval, QRS duration, heart rate, all of those have been measured for years and annotated in the databases available for cardiac safety. But lately, there's been some new thinking about a couple of other parameters that might be measured. For example, not just for the QT interval, but why not break that into the Q wave to T peak and the T peak to T end? That might allow you to better characterize any QT interval changes that you might see. Also, there's been interest in algorithms developed to look at the T wave shape. Is it a normal shaped T wave? Is it a flattened T wave? Is it a notched T wave? And all of those are things that are being looked at and algorithms being employed in order to further characterize some of the QT interval changes you might see in a clinical trial.
Very interesting. Thank you again for tuning in to this episode of Meet the SMEs with Biomedical Systems. Make sure to tune in for our future episodes, and if you would like to remain updated, please subscribe to our video channel and also check out our blog. You'll find all the information in the description, and we will see you next time.